Okay, I'm back. I had to get some lemonade because my throat was dry. I'm not very talkative, you know. I've always been one of the quiet ones. But thankfully, I didn't become a serial killer, so that's good. Okay, I'm still alive. Now, on with the games. Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. I kind of heard the sequel was kind of bad. I don't know. I never played it except for a demo, but I rented this once. No, I think I bought it once before, and I kind of got stuck and bored with it, so I sold it. But I had to buy it again because it's a good third-person shooter with missions and stuff. You just destroy things. You have to serve different factions, and they have a different, affinity kind of thing. So if you fight against one faction, they get angry with you, and you kind of have to balance it out. It's pretty cool. It's very just over the top, open world destruction. It's fun. I like it. I haven't beaten it yet because I've been stuck on a mission where you have to well, I forget, but I'm stuck. But I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep playing until I beat it. So, yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2. In my opinion, this was where they kind of dropped the ball. Well, no, they kind of jumped the shark, I guess. They kind of went from, like I said before, they went from Disney game to just over-the-top JRPG nonsense. It's not very well written. The story's boring. The cutscenes are so badly paced, and the combat is so easy. You could probably do a speedrun of the game without dying. Like a caveman could do it. It's so easy this game is, I swear. It looks good. It's very flashy. But I don't know. Over time I've lost interest in Kingdom Hearts. It's just I don't care anymore. I just want it to end. I want it all to end. It's too Japanese for its own good. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't care. If it wasn't so action-packed, I would have sold it by now. Seriously. But whatever. SSX Tricky. Snowboarding. Yeah, so, once the whole core borders crap went out of style, we had this. And man, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. Having crazy Uber tricks. Just over the top. It's a very arcadey kind of game. It's not realistic. It's not a simulator. It's just a good game. I like it. Good soundtrack. Very good soundtrack. I really hope the new SSX still kind of retains its, crazy over the top, style. I've seen gameplay footage from recently. It looks good. It looks good, but it needs more color is what it needs. It needs more color. Look at this. Orange, blue, red, afro. This is good. But now it's just all white with a little bit of color here and there. That's not good game design, in my opinion. We need more color. Oh, snap. Persona 4. Not as good as Persona 3, in my opinion, but it's pretty darn close. Hold up. Excuse me. It pretty much plays the same as Persona 3, just with more team control. You can control your characters now. And it doesn't have that whole, tired, sick, great, good feeling kind of thing where you get tired when you do stuff during the day. It's a pretty long game. Good story. But the one thing that kind of bugs me out the game is just that the game is a bit too upbeat for its own good. For a game ready mature, it sure is kind of happy, It's so down to earth. It's so, yeah, man, friendship, saving the world. We gotta go to school. I'm gonna bang every chick I know because I'm the main character, I always do that. I have to do it. But this is good. I like this game. It's turn-based. For me, this is the kind of game where I wish it were an action RPG because I'm just tempted to want to just breeze through the game because I want to see what happens next in the story. Because the story is just so interesting. I love what happens during the story, but you can't rush. You gotta grind. You gotta fight stuff. You gotta make action RPG next time. Oh yes. Now this is my favorite Final Fantasy X. Yep. Mostly because this was my first Final Fantasy I ever played back when, back in the day. Characters with voices. Oh man, voice acting in Final Fantasy. Who would have known? I love it. It's, I like the whole thing about where, each character kind of has their own special ability kind of thing. So you'd have to switch them during combat to fight different enemies. That was kind of cool. I guess it's sort of a job system kind of thing, but, once you kind of have everyone go through a sphere grid, and then they kind of go in someone else's sphere area, it kind of gets all crazy. I remember one time I had Lulu, like, go into Oren's sphere grid area, and she was just beat the crap out of everybody with melee attacks. It was hilarious. I loved it. Good storyline, good music. Like, this game's soundtrack is probably one of my favorite soundtracks of any game ever. Awesome stuff. Looking forward to the AC remake coming soon to PS3. Hold a second, gotta get some of this lemonade. Lemonade, good stuff. Need for Speed Underground. And yeah, this was the whole, they're kind of going into crazy street racing nonsense. Got a little story mode where you would have to, like, go through the ranks and become the greatest underground racer of all time. And it's got the whole drifting thing and all that Tokyo Drift nonsense. You know how it is. Nighttime racing. Yeah, it's all at nighttime. I just noticed. Just realized that. It's alright. It's kind of... it's a racing game. What do you want me to say? You can customize your cars, get them all blinged out and whatnot. Pimp the ride, if you will. Keep this second nice and straight. Star Ocean, Till the End of Time. If I had to choose between this and Kingdom Hearts 2, I'd choose this over that any day. This is just, the combat is more of like almost like a beat 'em up than a regular RPG, cause it's action RPG, but you don't button mash. You just kind of hold down buttons to attack enemies, and you can apply skills to the X and circle button, and you just kind of do crazy combos, chain them together, do more damage. Also, this is a long fucking game. Like, seriously. Like, my first time, I put well over 100 hours into it, and I still did not get to the end of the game. Because once you beat it, there's still more, dungeons and stuff. And you can level up all the way to 255. 255. What, are you kidding me? It's crazy. Try Ace. Y'all some crazy people. I ain't playing y'all games no more. Y'all crazy. Freak Style. From EA Big. I bought this. A funny story. I bought this game from half.com. Yeah, half.com. And when I got it, I couldn't play it on my PS2 because, you'll know, it's one of those, get out of the... See, it's a blue disc. Now, my fat PS2 can't play those discs. So I had to go to GameStop and buy a PS2 Slim, which I have now. So this was just sitting on my shelf for like a month until I got my PS2 Slim. But basically, it's SSX on motorcycles, to sum it up. I haven't played much of it lately. It's alright. It's a bit flawed at times. It's got some serious rubber banding issues with the AI. They just catch it with you too fast. It's kind of annoying at times. It's got some neat tracks. Soundtrack is kind of... it's alright. Ooh, low battery. Better speed this up. Ape Escape 3. Okay, think of it as Ape Escape 2 without the crappiness. Excuse me. Yeah, you get more forms you can transform into new, people and like fight off robots, catch monkeys. It's, it's Ape Escape. You know what to expect. More monkeys, more gadgets, more craziness. I don't know what to say about it. It's alright. Mini games, all that stuff. Y'all know the drill. SSX on Tour. Now, people tend to hate this game because it's not as, arcadey as the others, but, you gotta play it for yourself. You can't judge this game based on, videos. You have to play it for yourself. It's still good. It's, breakneck speeds. It's a lot faster than the other ones, too. It's like a very speed-oriented kind of game, too. You can use skis in here. It's like, kind of had this crazy rocker sketchpad looking style to it. It's good. It's not what you think, but it's still a good game. Trust me on this. Trust me. Trust me. I know things. I'm a grenade. I'm not stupid. Oh, here we go. My favorite RPG ever. Persona 3. This game, I don't know what to say. I'd have to do a review of the game just to tell you how much I love it so much. It is... Never before have I had a storyline that made me care so much about the characters. And that just made you want to... like in P4, it made me want to rush through the game to find out what happens next, because I was just so enthralled with it. I love it so much, but you can't rush. You can't rush, you gotta grind. And believe me, you have to grind in this game, for sure. Because, like, the extra bosses are more powerful than the main bosses. The midnight bosses, the full moon bosses, those are easy. The ones inside Tartarus, those guys are hard. I love this game. Favorite RPG of all time. And this, Black. This was the game that got me into first-person shooters. And I have yet to see a game that can top it in terms of gameplay. This is like... It's like a Michael Bay wet dream. Everything blows up. Everything is just destroyed. You are a one-man army. You pretty much... It's amazing, but it's so short. It only has like 8 levels. It's a shame too, because it should be longer. It really should have been. I love to see this in HD. Seriously, remake this game in HD. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I love it. Amazing soundtrack in this game from Chris Tilton and Michael Giacchino, I think his name is pronounced. I forget how to pronounce it. The guy who did The Incredibles and stuff like that. But this is amazing. It's just... I don't know what to say about it. What else? And they had all that hype about Body Count. Remember that game, Body Count, that came out last year? Talking about, it's the spiritual successor to Black. No, I played the demo. That was the worst game I've ever played in my life. How dare they compare that to Black? This is a good game. Body Count sucks. I don't care what y'all say. Black is awesome. Lemonade time. There we go. Pac-Man World 2. Nostalgia isn't always a good thing. When you play a game when you were a kid, and you think, hey, that game was fun. I wish I still had it. I think I'll buy it for old time's sake. Don't do it. This game, it's okay. It's a good platformer for its time, but some of the controls are so crazy. The underwater sections can go die in a fire. Like, the only thing about this game that I love so much that I would buy it is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good, it's like, it's unfitting. Oh man, the underwater sections. I am so gonna let's play this game. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna fail so hard at it. You'll love it. And last but not least, in this stack anyway, Ace Combat 5. I've got a little history with Ace Combat. I played Ace Combat 4. I actually used to have it. And you know, I did that walkthrough of Ace Combat X on the PSP. So I kind of, I like Ace Combat. It's you know, pretty much the only flight combat game out there nowadays. There was Tom Clancy's Hawks, which was a good game in its own right, but you know, this, I mean, you can't beat Ace Combat when it comes to flight combat, you know. Very good storyline. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's so dramatic. It's very, you know, they kind of integrate the story into the main missions, where they'd have some in-game cutscenes during the gameplay. It's pretty good. I like that. Very, I mean, the opening cutscene is like a freaking movie trailer. I love it. Go watch it on YouTube. Seriously, go look up the intro for this game. It'll blow your mind inside out. And then back outside in. So, yeah, that's my PS2 collection.